G'day, it's Shane from Grape TV, and thank you for joining me at my home bar. But more importantly, thank you for helping me spread McLaren Vale wines to the world. Now today, I've got a very, very interesting wine from a variety I've never had before, and it's a 2010 Teroldego, and I hope I've got that right. It's from Geoff Hardy's stable, so it's in the Handcrafted label. There, I hope you can see that the label there now. The Teroldego comes from Italy. If my information is correct, there's only two plantings of this in Australia, so know nothing about it other than what I've just told you. It's part of a range from that Geoff Hardy is looking at all these alternative varieties. He's got quite a wide range of alternative varieties, and if you've read my Taste McLaren Vale blog recently, I'm certainly very interested in alternate varieties and what they might be able to do here. And I can tell you, without really doing the wanky thing here, that I'm already getting aromas coming out of this glass. Well, that is different. That's sensational, actually. Mulberries. Mulberries, and more mulberries. A little bit of smokiness, so I'm getting a bit of oak feel there with the smokiness. And there's some underlying character, sort of forest floor, mouldy leaf character coming through as well. And some spice. Not a lot of spice, but just a hint of spice. And it's probably hard to see through there, but I'd have to say it's not. It's sort of like a mid-tier in terms of strength of the colour of the wine. That's sensational nose, and I'm so looking forward. My mouth is actually salivating, ready for what I'm going to taste. So let's keep going with the wanky thing. That is really, really interesting, and really interesting in a good way. The mulberries is there, fresh mulberries, like they're picked off the tree, like we've gone to Coriol and sat outside Coriol there and just picked those fresh mulberries off the tree next to their cellar door. And certainly that sense is there right the way through. There is a little bit of oak influence, but there's not a lot, so I suggest not new oak has been the wine has seen. Spices maybe a little bit light on, and there's a little bit, just a hint of like sour cherry on the mid and back palate, and that's fascinating. That really is fascinating. So there's I won't say sweet, but there's some fruitiness of the mulberry coming in at the start, and you're finishing with some sour cherry. And by the way, my son is standing behind the camera trying to put me off while I'm doing this video. So if you see me look down or whatever, you understand what's going on. He's trying very hard. He just waved his bum at me. And is that putting me off? Well, maybe a tad, but it's quite funny. I'd almost wish to turn this around, but it might be an R-rated movie by the time we're finished. He's just come out of the shower. Anyway. Back to the wine. Teroldego. Look, I hope this is not the last time I've tried this wine. I find this quite intriguing. The mid-tier wines in terms of strength. So it's not like a Grenache that can be quite light, or a Pinot Noir that can be quite light. But it's certainly not your Shiraz and your Cabernet. It's something mid-tier, and for our climate, that range is actually pretty good. I mean, 2010 was a great year, so maybe I'm getting some stuff here that's from that particular vintage. So again, I'm really interested to see what this wine might be able to produce later on and in other vintages. that really is enjoyable. That is just an enjoyable drink. Not harsh on the palate. There's no big oak monster. There's not tannins attacking you or anything like that. That is just a sit down and let's have a drink. Wonderful. Now, I don't know how much of this Geoff Hardy, has made. And I don't know the price of it. But what I do know is that I want to find out more about it. That is really good. So, Geoff Hardy, Handcrafted, 2010 Teroldego. Sensational wine. I'm actually quite taken with this. And bring on some more of those alternative reds. So look, that's all the time we have for Only Grape TV today. Thank you for joining me. Thank my son for trying to put me off for the last 5 to 10 minutes. You might be able to hear him giggling now. Okay. But I've had a great week. I've had a great time showing this to you. And we'll see you next week. Bye.